numbers in the comparison over the last 2 years for the Red Sox in our leading off segment, brought to you by Firestone. Today is the 97th game of the season for the Red Sox, the most the Red Sox have ever played before the All-Star break. They're ranked in the top 5 in 9 offensive categories and 6 pitching categories. The Red Sox have already used 38 players this year compared to 40 for the entire 2007 campaign. We welcome in Jerry Remy. And Jerry, last night a great night for the Red Sox, a great night for Kevin Youkilis, who continues to roll.
Oh, huge night for Kevin Youkilis last night. The grand slam had 6 runs batted in total, and it's been a very, very productive first half of the season for Kevin Youkilis. And when you look at his projected numbers, you know, so far this season in 2008, in almost every offensive category, by the time this is over, he will beat last year's totals, and especially the home run department. He's got a chance to hit between 25 and 30 home runs this season, of course, which would be a career high for him. He's also got a great chance to go over 100 RBIs. But what makes this guy so special, you know, he's hitting 6 different spots in the Red Sox lineup so far this season. So valuable to Terry Francona in that regard. Also defensively, only 3 errors on the season. And today's another good example. He moves over to third base. Mike Lowell DHs. Sean Casey goes to first, so you can switch him between first base and third base. I mean, the guy is just so consistent. The one thing people worry about, oh, he's going to collapse in the second half. I think that's way overrated. Everybody has bumps in the road. Youkilis will be just fine in the second half because he's a good player. And don't forget, he had a very good postseason last year, so that's something that fans seem to forget when they talk about the second half of the season.
Well, today it is Daisuke Matsuzaka as he goes after his 10th win, all before the break. We're back with the first pitch after this. By Southwest Airlines, your New England Chevrolet dealers, Foxwoods Resort Casino, your New England Toyota dealers, Rico, your New England Lincoln Mercury dealers, Aflac, Nissan, and by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. Some great shots of Vermont. El Vermonte here at Fenway Park.
Hi, my name is Andrew from Norwood. Starting for the Baltimore Orioles, second baseman Mr. Brian Roberts. In center field, Mr. Adam Jones. In right field, Mr. Nick Markakis. First baseman, Mr. Irby Huff. Third baseman, Mr. Melvin Mora. Designated hitter, Mr. Luke Scott. In left field, Mr. Jay Payton. Catcher, Mr. Guillermo Quiros. And at shortstop, Mr. Freddie Bynum.
Great job, Andrew, as on the mound today. for the Red Sox is Daisuke Matsuzaka. Daisuke coming in at 9-1 with a 2.84 earned run average. And of course, Daisuke trying to get his 10th win before the break. As Matsuzaka in his third try at the 10th win for the Red Sox.
And his first appearance of the year against the Baltimore Orioles, 0-1 lifetime. That's in 2 starts. Here's a look at the Red Sox defense this afternoon. And it looks good.
One left before the break, right? Sap. First pitch to Brian Roberts is ball 1, and we're underway. Roberts at .293, 7 homers, 33 runs batted in, and rounds one into right field, a base hit. Fast start for the Orioles here in the first inning.
Roberts had a great game a couple of games ago here against the Red Sox. They held him to an 0-for-2 last night. But starts off quickly today against Daisuke, takes the fastball and picks up the base hit.
So Roberts, who came out of the game like some of the Orioles did with the score getting out of hand yesterday, as Freddie Bynum had taken over for him later in the game. Adam Jones, the batter, at .277, 5 homers and 41 runs batted in. For the Red Sox, who come in at 56-40 on the season, the Orioles are 2 games under 500, and they're tied with the Toronto Blue Jays, the bottom spot in the American League East, headed into today's action. 0-1 is grounded foul.
Mentioned Daisuke's last outing against Minnesota. 7 1/3 innings for Matsuzaka, 6 hits, no runs allowed, walked 3 and struck out 5. And plus the 7 1/3 innings, that's a long time since he's been that deep into a ball game for the Red Sox.
Outfield about straight away on Adam Jones as Daisuke bluffing to first. Roberts back in plenty of time. Always a concern with him on.
27 steals on the season for Roberts. It looks like that time he was trying to time Daisuke.
Swing and a miss. Daisuke Matsuzaka's got his first strikeout of the day, 1 down.
Had 5 in his last outing against Minnesota. The first one today comes on the fastball from Matsuzaka. Outside part of the plate. Strikeout high for Daisuke on the season is 9. He did that in his second start against the Oakland Athletics.
Here's Nick Markakis with 1 out in the first inning. He had a great game defensively yesterday. You get a chance, we don't get a chance to see him every day, but the times we do see him, boy, he is an exciting player to watch. I understand why the Orioles have been so excited to get him to the majors over the last couple of years. Former first-round draft choice, but he does it all very well. And made a fantastic catch with his team trailing by 9 runs in the game last night as part of his defensive show really last night in right field. Also threw out Sean Casey, trying to stretch it into a double from really just about the bullpen out there in right field.
Yeah, that gave him his 9th assist of the season. You talk about that effort you give, especially when you're way down in the ball games, and that is certainly appreciated by a manager and your teammates.
Tardy on the cut. He's down 1-2.
Once again, Daisuke going to the fastball. There you see those defensive numbers, 9 assists, the most among all American League right fielders. The leader in assists in the American League, Francisco of the Cleveland Indians, he has 10.
2 is outside. Mentioned that with his team trailing by 9 runs, still laying it out in the outfield. And look at that last night from his grab on Youkilis. Youkilis will go on to have a fantastic night. Next 7-run 3rd inning for the Red Sox. Grand slam. Markakis drives it out towards deep center field. Back goes Ellsbury, battling the sun out there. He makes the catch on the track. Roberts goes about halfway as he had tagged up and returns with now 2 down.
Actually, with the end result there, Roberts would have made second base as that ball came back from Ellsbury, real tail back toward first base. But he got almost 3/4 of the way down there and decided to stop. Ellsbury back to the warning track, fighting the sun. He goes and then he stops. But you can see where the throw ends up. He would have made it easy and got into scoring position. Split-second decision he had to make, and didn't realize the ball was going to be that far off target.
So 2 down now for Aubrey Huff. Huff at 282, 18 homers, and 58 runs batted in. Talk about very good first halves, and Aubrey Huff has certainly had that. Those numbers, the 18 homers, 58 runs batted in. Had a quiet season in his first year in an Orioles uniform last year, and back to being Aubrey Huff again. The numbers that he had secured so well in Tampa Bay, in the middle of their lineup, over the course of his major league career with the Rays.
And a lot of attention played, obviously, with 2 outs to Roberts at first base. Probably try to steal again in the scoring position.
When you think of that core team of Tampa Bay that was there together for a couple of years, think of guys like Toby Hall, Aubrey Huff. Those are the names you heard day in and day out when the Rays were really not that good. Julio Lugo, part of that Rays core as well for a number of years. And well, the youth has arrived, and some of those guys are gone. Actually, all 3 of the names I mentioned all gone. They're in different places now. And the Rays are in a different place now. They're atop the American League East, trying to stay there as they take on the Cleveland Indians again today. They're scoreless through 2 innings in Cleveland. Huff takes ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Daisuke wanted that one. And it's the first base on ball surrendered by Daisuke of the day.
Well, Terry Francona and his group of All-Stars will be heading to New York after the ball game tonight to start the All-Star festivities, which really get going tomorrow morning. A couple events that the manager has to be at. Of course, tomorrow night, the home run hitting contest, a lot of autograph signing of baseballs and other memorabilia. And then finally, the game on Tuesday night.
He was talking about what his itinerary has in tow for him over the next 24 hours. And first, it's the train ride from Boston to New York that they will take as a group. Apparently, better than 60 family members and front office headed to the All-Star game. So they'll be headed there. And Terry said he's going to have the press conference tomorrow morning as well, announcing who his starting pitcher for the All-Star game will be tomorrow night. Oh, 1-1 to Melvin Mora, 2 outs and runners at first and second. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
You see Mora upset with himself. He missed a hanging breaking ball that time from Matsuzaka. Gets the breaking ball, it stays up in the zone, and Mora no contact. Great pitch to hit. He'd love to have that one back.
And Mora's been very good. In fact, second best in the American League with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Bobby Abreu leads in that category. 1-2's outside, 2-2.
Well, Daisuke missing his target by a lot that time. You saw Veritek, he was set up way inside. They wanted to go in tight with the fastball and watch where the pitch ends up. Veritek making a very nice play, not allowing that to go back to the backstop.
Outside, Veritek tried to bring it back to the corner. It's a full count now. Pitches per inning, and Daisuke Matsuzaka throws a lot. Only behind Batista, the Seattle Mariners. Saw Miguel earlier this season. He's thrown 19 pitches in this inning, so over his average. Runners off in the 3-2, little number that Veritek will jump out, pounce on, and throw to first in time to end the inning as Daisuke gets out of a first inning jam. Red Sox coming up.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Curtis Grant.
Hey, this is Adam Dunn. Check out the shop on MLB.com.
Check out the shop on MLB.com.
For all your Dodger gear. For all your Red Sox gear.
All your Yankees gear.
For all your Blue Jay gear.
Your Cincinnati Reds gear.
For all your Twins gear.
Visit the official online shop of Major League Baseball at MLB.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the MLB.com shop today.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is DJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on
Fenway Park. Vermont loves Jerry Remy on this Vermont Day. They had a special guest from Vermont to do the honors today on the Red Sox starting lineup.
Good afternoon. I am Ashley Wheeler, Miss Vermont 2008 from Fenway Park for Vermont Day. Starting for the Boston Red Sox today in center field, Jacoby Ellsbury. Second baseman, Dustin Pedroia. In right field, J.D. Drew. Left field today, Manny Ramirez. Designated hitter, Mike Lowell. Third baseman, Kevin Youkilis. First baseman, Sean Casey. Catcher today, Jason Veritek. And at shortstop, Alex Cora.
Nice job, Ashley, on the mound today. For the Baltimore Orioles is Daniel Cabrera. As we head to the bottom of the first inning as Ellsbury takes strike one from Cabrera.
Cabrera's record stands at 6-4. The ERA of 4.40. Start number 20 on the season. He's faced the Red Sox 3 times this year. 1 win and 2 no decisions in his career. Only 2-9 in 14 career starts against Boston.
Staggering number on his record against the Red Sox over the years. Certainly had plenty of opportunities to face them. 15th career start against the Red Sox. And it's strike 3 to Ellsbury, who goes looking to start the bottom of the first inning.
Looked like a 2-seam fastball that time from Cabrera as he works it off the inside corner back to the corner. And freezing Jacoby Ellsbury.
So 1 down for Dustin Pedroia. It's at 312, 9 homers and 46 runs batted in. First went hitless in the first game of the series to snap a 17-game hitting streak. As the wind picks up and blows some dirt around.
Yeah, that wind gusting pretty strong out toward straightaway center field here this afternoon at Fenway Park.
Pedroia able to bounce back in game 2 of the series. Last night with 2 hits, went 2 for 5 with a couple of runs batted in. On the ground towards Bynum at shortstop, on the run, off balance. The throw is going to go into the stands off the photographer's well. He started stumbling and bumbling on his way in, and the throw well off the mark. It's an infield hit and an error.
Now, I think the infield hit may have been a gift here for Dustin Pedroia, because this is certainly a ball that Pedroia should have been out on. Right there, he bobbles the ball a little bit, and then just a wild, erratic throw to first base to allow Pedroia to go to second base. And Freddie Bynum, who just recently called back up to the Orioles, picks up his 5th error of the season.
And the beat goes on at shortstop for the Orioles. They had an error from Brandon Fahey here the other night. And it has been their toughest spot to fill so far in the season in the absence of Miguel Tejada. J.D. Drew takes strike 1 from Daniel Cabrera.
A lot of Red Sox have very impressive numbers against Cabrera right throughout their lineup, and J.D. one of those guys. 400 with 1 home run off Cabrera.
Inside, Drew late to react, spins out of the way. This player profile is brought to you by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. And there's an interesting stat. Since the injury of David Ortiz, the numbers for J.D. Drew, he is, and most of those coming in the month of June, but he has been fantastic in filling in, certainly without question, the best stretch he's had in a Red Sox uniform at the time the Red Sox have needed him the most. Opposite field, as this one will skip through to the track of the wall. Pedroia will skip on home. Drew to second with an RBI double, and the Red Sox are on top 1-0.
Now, right away, bad defense hurts the Baltimore Orioles. There should have been 2 outs in this inning. Instead, it's the error that allows Pedroia to go to second base. Now, Drew takes the outside fastball and goes with it. I think, Don, that's the biggest difference between J.D. Drew this year and last year. That ball that was a middle away, it seemed like he was trying to hook that ball. It resulted in a lot of ground balls to second base. This year, very comfortable using the opposite field.
Well, he drives in his 55th run of the year, puts the Red Sox on top 1-0. And here's Manny Ramirez. 292, 18 homers, and 60 runs batted in for Manny. Last night hit his 5th home run in the last 8 games against Baltimore. The Orioles have been a great foe for him on the year. It's the 36th home run of his career that he hit against the Orioles here last night.
One thing Daniel Cabrera does, he's generally near the top of the league in walks, season in and season out.
We've seen it before where he can be rolling right along, then all of a sudden something goes wrong and he'll walk 3 or 4 in a row. And it's one characteristic that he's been battling his entire major league career.
Very strange, too. You know, he's had a number of games this year. He's had no walks at all, but then you have a game where there's 6 walks, 7 walks. Just not consistent, being able to throw strikes consistently and stay away from, walks that hurt him in ball games.
And he takes ball 2 inside, 2-1. Well, he has been hot on this homestand. 10 for 19 on the homestand with 2 home runs. And a 5-game hitting streak coming into today's action. 526 during the 5-gamer. Inside almost hit him, and it's 3-1. Last start at Fenway Park for Daniel Cabrera, June 10th. 94 pitches thrown. He lasted just 5 innings. Red Sox had back-to-back home runs, J.D. Drew and Manny Ramirez. (3-1) now to Manny. Inside again, that's where he stayed. And it's ball 4, first walk given up by Cabrera.
The Oriole defense is 7th in the league, 54 errors in their 93 games. Melvin Moore at third base, Freddie Bynum the shortstop, Brian Roberts at second, and Aubrey Huff the first baseman. Left to right, Jay Payton, Adam Jones, and Nick Markakis. Guillermo Perez doing the catching tonight for Cabrera.
Umpiring crew today, Ted Barrett's got the plate, Dana DeMuth at first base, Lance Barksdale at second base, and Doug Eddings, the umpire, at third. Kroll standing in, taking ball 1 outside. Jerry didn't give you a chance to speak in Spanish, so we want to let you know that where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
2 on, 1 out. A run in for the Red Sox. Roll with a swing and a miss to even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, we had a little difficulty out of the chute today for this ball game. Sometimes things happen prior to the ball game that just make you laugh, and then
slight malfunction. And once it starts, it's all over. Outside of Lowell, and it's 2-1. Mike 6 for 17 on the homestand. He's had a good series against the Orioles, going 3 for 7 during the series. Bluff off the backside, back to the bag at second goes J.D. Drew. Red Sox winners of 6 of their last 7 games here at Fenway Park. Second in the majors in home winning percentage, 35-11 here at Fenway, behind only the Chicago Cubs, who were 37-11, with 771 winning percentage at home. The center field, Adam Jones coming in to make the running catch, turn it into a double play, and does. J.D. Drew got a bad read, and the double play ends the inning, but the Red Sox lead it 1-0.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Mortal.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Be a part of Major League Baseball All-Star Summer.
The excitement begins with the XM All-Stars feature game, followed by the Taco Bell All-Star Legend and Celebrity Softball game.
For tickets, go to allstargame.com or the Yankees box office.
Don't forget to catch all the action
of the 2008 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Tuesday, July 15th at 8 p.m. live on Fox.
This one counts.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ.
Tim Wakefield joined Charlie Moore in Florida for a 1-hour special. Wake and the Mad Fishermen spent a day competing for Barramundi, playing wiffle ball and visiting Wake's very favorite charity, the Space Coast Early Intervention Center. It's all part of Charlie Moore Outdoors, now in HD, tonight at 8 o'clock.
Happy 8th birthday to that youngster from Hopedale, Massachusetts. 1-0. Red Sox on top. This man's looking to crop me out. So we're even. How about that?
You deserve that, Don, after last night.
You can just erase me right out of the picture. Now we're even. I feel much better. Plus, it's a much nicer picture of you and that young lady.
I guess people watch the games, huh?
Yes, I guess occasionally they do turn us on. Luke Scott leads it off here in the second inning. Red Sox getting a run in the first inning. Scott, Payton, and Quiros to bat here in the second. Daisuke threw 20 pitches in the first. Gave up a hit and a walk, but worked around it as he got Melvin Mora to ground out to end the inning. We talked about the number of pitches thrown by Daisuke on average, second in the league in that category per inning on an average, and that has been a problem, and it's cost him really as far as going deeply into games. And a lot of five inning plus type outings for him throughout the season. And he won a lot of those games, getting a lot of help from the bullpen for the most part, and that's largely the reason that he comes in with a 9-1 record. Is the assistance that he has gotten from time to time from the pen. But last time out was very good for Daisuke in his 7 1/3 shutout innings against Minnesota. He walks Luke Scott to begin things here in the second.
Well, how many pitches with a 9-1 record at the All-Star break, an ERA that's under 3, and opponents hitting .203 that do not go to the All-Star game?
That's very true. Not only that, but not start the All-Star game. Scott at first, Jay Payton the batter. Came in defensively the other night, making his first start of the series. And a bunch showing he offered at it. And it's strike one to Jay Payton.
Little different lineup today for the Orioles. Millar getting the day off. Hernandez, the catcher, getting the day off. And Fahey, who had been at shortstop first couple of games, not playing for Dave Trumley this afternoon.
Dave was ejected from last night's game after arguing balls and strikes from the dugout. He was arguing a pitch he thought was a strike to Kevin Millar, who was at bat at the time. And Doug Eddings had the plate last night, who ran him.
Well, he had a legitimate beef on that particular call to Kevin Millar. That ball was almost on the ground.
Second time that he's been ejected in a Red Sox game this season.
This is the pitch that was called to strike against Kevin Millar, and you see where it ends up. And not only did Millar not believe it, but the manager said he'd had enough.
Nick Vitale also thought it was bad.
Vitale, he was listening very closely to what Dave had to say, and then he spun around to see what the umpire would say back.
Like, what do you have to say about that? Payton chops it to third. Euclid's to second for one. It slips out of the hand. Justin Pedroia coming off the bag, so they get the lead runner in Luke Scott.
Tough ball for Pedroia to handle at second base. Euclid is charging the ball and has to get rid of it quickly because Payton does run well. And this throw, as you're going to see, is going to be down to Dustin Pedroia, taking him into the runner. Very difficult ball to handle, and of course, when he goes to the transfer, he cannot control the baseball. But he did have it long enough to get the force out at second base.
So 1 on, 1 out. And Guillermo Quiros making his first start of the series, giving Ramon Hernandez the day off, doing the catching today, the day game after the night game. And he takes strike one from Daisuke. Quiros at 211, 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. Signed by the Orioles as a minor league free agent during the offseason back in December. On the right field line, falling fast and falling foul down the right field line. Looked like he may have a chance to jump in fair as J.D. Drew gave chase.
That ball slicing off the bat of a right-hander and just barely in foul territory. You see the jerk kick up.
So one down, Jay Payton at first base. Guillermo Caro's coming back. I wonder if it hit the line. Whether that's just the dirt that kicked up now on the line.
No,
very
see,
close.
The ball's spinning, Don. It's spinning to its right, so that's going to kick the dirt back to its left, and it's going to cover the line.
So that's the residue of the dirt coming back the other way. Broken bat pop up. Out goes Cora to make the catch. He was battling the sun a little bit as he drifted back, makes the grab for the second out. Nice play.
Yeah, tough today. You know, not many clouds at the top at all. Very bright sunshine at Fenway Park, and also some wind to deal with. So not easy for the infielders and outfielders on any kind of pop-up or fly ball this afternoon. Jammed, little pop-up. You see Cora go back, puts that glove up right away to try to help him protect against that sun, and makes the play.
So two down. Jay Payton still at first. Freddie Bynum, the shortstop bats. And lines it down the left field line, foul. Freddie Bynum with an error defensively at shortstop. And the Red Sox would score a run in the first inning. The difference in the game at the moment. Tokes a 183 batting average. No homers and 8 runs batted in.
Now Daisuke has now faced 9 batters, 7 first pitch strikes for him. That was also a mark that was very good for him in his last start.
There goes Payton at first. Bynum takes a strike, and the throw is not going to be in time as Jay Payton steals second base.
And he picks a good pitch to go on. He got a changeup from Matsuzaka. Throw bounces a little bit into second base. Veritek so far this season has thrown out 14% of the runners going.
So two down, Payton in scoring position. Bynum took the pitch for a strike, so he's down 0-2. Veritek out to talk to Matsuzaka. Well, the Red Sox, who have been in first place each of the last 3 years at the All-Star break, starting in 2005. Today, with a victory and a loss by the Rays, will be back in the top spot. Numbers pretty similar, though, as we broke down off the top where they were last year and this year as far as the runs per game, ERA. The average pretty similar.
Right now, Tampa has a 2-1 lead early in the ball game in the 3rd inning at Cleveland.
Scott Kazmir pitching there today for the Rays. Has been roughed up lately, brings a 7-4 record in. One and two, the count to Bynum. Yeah, he strikes out. Daisuke picks up his second K. They lead Payton in second. Red Sox on top 1-0.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is DJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
The statues on parade have arrived in New York City just in time for the 2008 MLB All-Star Week. Lady Liberty is a real all-star standing over 8 feet tall in various locations throughout New York City. Each of the 42 statues has a unique design. Now, MLB.com Auctions gives you the chance to bring home a piece of all-star history. Go to MLB.com today to bid on these commemorative all-star statues. Or you can take home one of the 9-inch mini replicas now available at the shop at MLB.com. For complete details, go to MLB.com/statues today.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live.
100 of you will have the opportunity to purchase Sox-Yankee tickets for the July 25th or July 27th game at Fenway Park. Visit RedSoxNation.com to find out more about our Red Sox Nation private sale.
It's not our first game, but just married. On this Vermonte. Oh, not just married. Okay, I got you. But it is Vermonte. It's not their first game. They're not been married. But they're from Vermont on this Vermonte. Kevin Youkilis, Sean Casey, and Jason Varitek to bat in the inning. So we always look forward to the individual days as always. We've already had New Hampshire Day so far this season. And today, Vermonte, and the kind people from Vermont Teddy Bears were kind enough to send us along some of our own teddy bears that are supposed to be us.
Yeah.
Headsets and all.
He's actually very nice.
They are.
They have a Nesson patch on there, and I'm Barry Remy.
I'm Don Fusillo. Well, we thank them very much.
There you go.
Kind enough to put me in my blue suit, which I'm excited about. Jerry's mustache looks great too, I think.
I think it needs to be dyed up, though. It's a little gray.
And I like your Bavacqua that they put you in. That's nice.
These are pretty nice.
So Vermont Teddy Bears, they do a great job. We thank them very much on this Vermont day. As Adam Jones in center field makes the catch on Youkilis for the first out of the inning.
Actually, these headsets that they have on are probably better than the ones that we have.
Yes,
we should probably use those.
Really nice.
Yeah. Thank you for the nice people from Vermont.
I like the tie. Very nice. Thank you very much. Well, sit with me for a while. One out is Sean Casey.
That's another thing. You can travel on the road with you.
Take my pillow.
Your pillow, your stolen whatever it was, your bathrobe, and now you can take your teddy bear with you.
My candles.
Your beaky.
So left field, down the line, and foul. Sean Casey playing at first base today. Youkilis at third, giving Mike Lowell a day off defensively. He's the DH for Boston today. And the numbers for Casey have been very good coming off the Red Sox bench at .363 headed into today's action. This goes down as a pitch inside, late to react.
Down around the ankles, you don't know what to do. Do you just fall? Do you try to jump over it? Casey decides it looks like basically collapse. He moves that right leg out of the way, and down he goes.
There's ball four. And Casey down to first base. Second walk given up by Cabrera. Jason Varitek with one out. Sean Casey at first base. Veritek 1 for 4 in the first game of the series. Had yesterday off with Kevin Cash catching Tim Wakefield. And back in there again today for the Red Sox homestand. He's gone 3 for 11. Down 1-2.
Change up that time from Cabrera. You know, he throws so hard, you have to be geared up for the fastball. That time he pulls the string with a change up at about 83. Fastball, slider, change up from the big guy.
And the Turk kicks off Quiros. No advance for Sean Casey at first base. And the count evens at 2-2. Full count to Veritek. Cabrera walked a batter in the first. He walked Manny Ramirez. And walked Sean Casey here with 1 out in this inning.
A tough decision here. You know, you get kind of a strikeout pitcher on the mound. Do you send Casey at first base? They're playing behind him.
I guess the problem would be guaranteeing contact from Jason Veritek right now. What has certainly been a struggle for him offensively.
Looks like Cabrera shook off the fastball and changeup, wanted to throw the slider.
Veritek pops it up foul back and out of play.
Yeah, he did, and he did not have Casey running.
Veritek with a good battle here. The next pitch you'll see will be the 8th from Daniel Cabrera with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Sean Casey at first base. And the Red Sox on top 1-0. This will be pitch number 35 for Cabrera. Veritek pops it up. Moore in fair ground, backpedaling now. Bynum calls him off, and the shortstop makes the catch for the 2nd out.
For every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher, Ace Ticket will donate $150 to the Red Sox Foundation. Ace Ticket is the official ticket partner of the Boston Red Sox.
Two down in the second inning with Casey at first base and Alex Cora coming up. Saw Jed Lowry get the start last night at shortstop. Alex Cora today. And Jerry, and listening to Terry Francona, it sounds like it's going to be maybe different every day for the Red Sox, depending upon matchups as far as who gets the time at short in the absence of Lugo.
Yeah, unless one guy really gets hot, you know, and then he'll stick with the hot hand. There's no question about that. But I don't think there's any real game plan going into this. You know, if one guy's swinging the bat well, depending on the matchups, he'll get the start at shortstop.
He's been asked a bunch of different ways and a bunch of different times, and the answer's been pretty much the same. It's a day-to-day type thing. This is up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Up to second base goes Casey. And one of the things Terry Francona liked was the matchup against Cabrera for Alex Cora.
Yeah, 407 coming in the game for Cora with a home run against Cabrera. He came into the game last night, he had a base hit. Now takes it right back up the middle. So the inning continues for the Red Sox as Casey gets in a scoring position.
These are updated now up to 428. 2 on, 2 down, and Jacoby Ellsbury coming up. He struck out looking back in the first inning. Only strikeout today for Cabrera. The key matchup is brought to you by Acura. Against Cabrera, very good numbers for Jacoby Ellsbury. Strike in the count, even at 1-1. .40 pitches for Daniel Cabrera with 2 outs here in the second inning. Through 101 pitches last time out, 6 1/3 at Toronto. On the ground right side, Roberts on to first for the out that ends the inning. The Red Sox lead 2. It's 1-0 Boston.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Be a part of Major League Baseball All-Star Summer.
The excitement begins with the XM All-Stars feature game, followed by the Taco Bell All-Star Legend and Celebrity Softball game.
For tickets, go to allstargame.com or the Yankees box office.
Don't forget to catch all the action
of the 2008 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Tuesday, July 15th at 8 p.m. live on Fox.
This one counts. Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
and on demand.
Morning routine and get more than the score from last night's Sox game with StatPack, a morning after video rundown of the game's essential numbers. Stump your friends, impress your boss, and get in the game with features you can only get at the all-new Nesson.com.
Red Sox on top 1-0 as we head to the top half of the third inning. Daisuke Matsuzaka thrown 37 pitches through the first 2 innings. There's a bad base run. Wow, what is that? Oh, that's not good.
Is that you?
Wow, that is me. 1991, that was my freshman year of college. Look at the moss. Fantastic moss.
Doesn't even look like you.
What are you talking about? Very close to me now, I think. Roberts, Jones, and Markakis to bat in the inning. Roberts with a single in the first. So a foul down the left field line, back and out of play. 2-1. Well, Big Papi will be getting ready for his rehab assignment after the All-Star break. All mapped out now for him. He'll stay with the Pawtucket Red Sox. He'll stay with the Portland Sea Dogs. And then back with the Red Sox, barring any setbacks. But, Jerry, I guess that is, we talked about the other day, a little surprised, actually, that he is coming back as fast as he has, based on what the initial prognosis was for him. Pedroia diving to the backhand, throws to first to get Roberts in to keep him off the bases. Let's send it down to Heidi Watney. Heidi,
Well, Don, Daisuke Matsuzaka has given up just 1 run in his last 3 starts after that 1-inning 7-run loss to St. Louis on June 21st. I asked Terry Francona what the difference was, and he says it's been Daisuke's ability to pound the strike zone.
Last time out, he really attacked the strike zone with his fastball, and you could tell he was throwing with confidence. When he needed a strike, he could reach back and throw his fastball and get by hitters. And I think because of that, then it creates confidence. All of a sudden, he's coming through his delivery. He's not trying to generate more because what he has is plenty. And all of a sudden, you break out that breaking ball, the changeup. Got a couple different weapons to show hitters can make you successful in a hurry.
In his last outing against Minnesota, Daisuke threw 22 of 29 first pitch strikes in 7 1/3 scoreless innings. Sox are hoping for more of the same today here, Don.
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Well, throwing quite a few pitches early in this one, but is not allowed to run through the first 2. We look back to that outing against Minnesota that she spoke of. 7 1/3 innings, 108 pitches. And ahead of most in that outing. And walking only 3. Which walks have been a problem at times. Of course, early on in the season, at Detroit, walking 8 batters in 5 innings and winning. This one has popped up foul as Casey and Varitek both give chase. It's back into the seats.
They can't quit on those today because of that breeze blowing out towards center field. Might push it right back into the field of play. Boy, we've had a great weekend here weather-wise for this 3-game series against the Orioles.
Very comfortable days. A little breezier than what we've had the last couple of days, but a warm breeze at Fenway. And Jones with 1 out, and the base is empty. Grounds one up the middle. It'll find its way into center field. His second hit off Daisuke Matsuzaka today, well placed right up the middle.
Now Jones's year is turning into a very nice year. Coming over, of course, from Seattle, he gets that cut fastball on top of it. One big bounce over the head of Daisuke, and then up the middle for the base hit. Average very respectable. Runs batted in very respectable, and playing a pretty good defense out there for the Orioles.
And really getting his first chance to play every day now in the major leagues. When he came over from the Mariners, who was really a September call-up last year, seeing some time in the outfield for Seattle prior to the trade for Eric Bedard. Varitek came up bluffing as Marquez ducked out of the way.
Since June 1st, Adam Jones, a .321 hitter. As he becomes more comfortable as an everyday player at the major league level.
There he goes at first base. The pitch is a ball. The throw from Varitek's a good one, and out at second base is Adam Jones. Varitek guns him down.
And that was not even close at all. He's got 8 steals, but this will be the 3rd time he's thrown out. Not a very good jump at all at first base, and a good throw by Varitek. Cora just waiting for Jones, but that was not a good jump at first base. And, you know, that's uncommon for young guys trying to learn how to steal bases. I think Jacoby Ellsbury may be the exception to that rule. Some guys have the ability, when they don't feel the good jump, to put the brakes on and stop. Other guys just continue on going, and that's one where maybe he should have stopped. He didn't have a good lead or a good break at all.
Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to Marquez. So Daisuke Matsuzaka with a walk an inning so far through the first 3. And now at 50 pitches. Aubrey Huff coming up. With a breakdown, an even split. 25 strikes, 25 balls so far for Daisuke in the first 50 pitches.
Now, did that walk? Daisuke now has the 2nd most walks in the American League. A.J. Burnett has the most. So it's been 1 per inning so far in this ball game today.
line into right. Almost got the runner. Markakis into right field. Drew gathers it. Markakis up to second base on the single by Aubrey Huff, and something going here now for the Orioles. 2 on, 2 outs. Well, the caught stealing becomes very big in this inning, followed by a walk, and now Huff hooking a changeup. As you see, the runner at first base, Markakis, has to hold to make sure he doesn't get hit, and can only reach second base. So 2 on, 2 outs. Melvin Mora coming up. Who's been on this Orioles team since 2000, longest tenured Oriole. And in the current roster, came over from the Mets at the time. So it involved Mike Bordick back on July 28th trade deadline of 2000. Well, he's had some injuries over the years, but he has appeared at least 125 games in 6 of his 7 full seasons with Baltimore, and has been pretty versatile. It wasn't only until a couple years ago that he was playing third base on a regular basis. His log time in all 3 outfield positions and all 4 infield positions. If I'm not mistaken, when he came over from the Mets, I believe Mora was a shortstop. Yes. I remember the transition to third base, and it really was a tough one for him that first year. Had a lot of errors early in the season, but as the season went on, the error totals started to decline a little bit. I remember that first weekend of the first year that he was going to be the everyday third baseman was against the Red Sox, and he had 3 errors right out of the gate in that first weekend, and it was rough. First year that he played third base had 21 errors. Last year only 10 at third base, and so far this year 9. Two on, 2 down. We're in the top half of the 3rd inning. This one on the ground on the third baseline. Youkilis touches third for the force out. That ends things here in the top of the 3rd. Red Sox have a 1-0 advantage.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Summer vacation kicks off tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with the Remy Awards All-Star Edition. Jerry Remy runs down his midseason picks, including the Top Dog, Golden Retriever, and Junkyard Dog. Don't miss the Remy Awards presented by DinTrophy.com tomorrow night at 7. Any surprises we can expect from the Remy Awards coming up? I'm not going to tell you, Don. You have to watch the show. Can't wait. Brattleboro, Vermont. Hi to the Kellys. The Green Mountain State. Dustin Pedroia to lead it off. J.D. Drew, then Manny Ramirez. Red Sox on top 1-0 as they bat here in the home half of the 3rd. Pedroia credited with an infield hit first time up. Throwing error by the shortstop Freddie Bynum got him to second. And he came around to score the game's only run.
Coco Crisp.
Only appearance we've seen from Coco in this series was last night in a pinch running role late in the ball game.
On the ground and by the dive of Melvin Moore at third base into left. Rudolph single for Pedroia is now 2 for 2 on the day.
El Pedroia now with 124 hits, second to Ian Kinsler in the American League. 38 multiple hit games now, tying him with Kinsler and Josh Hamilton. That fastball down low and still gets the good part of the bat on the ball, the barrel of it, and hits it past the diving Melvin Moore for the base hit.
So lead runner on J.D. Drew coming up, and Jerry, you see Coco Crisp, and kind of reminds you that these next 3 days coming up, actually 4 days off for the Red Sox, kind of needed in this time of year for some of those guys to rest some of those bumps and bruises they get this time of year.
Well, we talk about it every All-Star break, and it's you think back to when this season started for most of the players, and it was late February. And of course, by this time of the year, everybody's been bumped and bruised and tired and fatigued, and with the travel and of course playing the games. And players really look forward to this time off. The thing about it is, though, when you blink your eye, it's over. And the Red Sox do have the additional day this year, a 4-day layoff, but they do have to travel to the West Coast on that 4th day. So it's guys scatter all over the country when this game's over. Try to get home for a few days, try to relax, try to get away from the game, and before you know it, you're right back at it.
As we mentioned off the top, as part of our open today is the 97th game of the season for the Red Sox. That's the most they've ever played before the All-Star break. And the official halfway mark of the season is 81 games, and here you are 97 games in, and the break finally here.
Not to make excuses, and I'm not, but I mean, the first half up till the All-Star break has been very difficult for the Red Sox, and it started right with the series in Japan. A lot of 10-game road trips in the first half for the Red Sox, a lot of late arrivals. Looking at the schedule, after the break, it is much more favorable for Boston than the first half. I believe there's only one 10-day trip left, and that's to Baltimore, Toronto, and New York.
Runner goes. Drew pops it up. Shallow right. Roberts out. Markakis in. Easier play for the Orioles right fielder. And there's one down.
It is amazing when you get back after the All-Star break. I mean, what have you got left?
60-plus games.
Yeah, that's it.
And when you wrap up that first trip, you've already been to the West Coast 3 different times. And then the Red Sox can focus really on not a lot of travel, as you mentioned. One out, Pedroia at first base. Manny Ramirez walked in the first inning. Fouls off the first pitch to the right. Really May the toughest month for the Red Sox as far as being on the road. They had the 2 10-game trips in May. Detroit, Minnesota, Baltimore, then Oakland, Seattle, and Baltimore. Those trips were back-to-back with a mere 6-game homestand in between those 2 10-gamers. That was an extremely tough stretch. And the good news is we kind of been waiting for it to even out all year. It pretty much evens out in September. A lot of home games in September, which is good news, as well as the Red Sox play here at home at Fenway Park, right time of the year.
Yeah, not only that, the trips they make in September, not bad. You know, one kind of long one to Texas, but that's only for 3 days. And then Tampa Bay, Toronto. So it's a very good month in September for the Red Sox, travel-wise, and, of course, with a lot of home games.
And he fouls it off the catcher, Guillermo Quiros, saying it's 2-2. Ironically, the Red Sox finish up the year with the Yankees, but it's amazing, you know, the Yankees in the last year, Yankee Stadium, don't finish up the regular season at home.
Yeah, that is kind of strange. And will those 3 games against New York mean anything to New York? We'll see.
September 26th, 27th, and 28th. Two and two, the count to Ramirez. On the ground and ranging is Bynum off his glove. It'll kick into center. Everybody's going to be safe. Pedroia to second. Ramirez on base for the second time today.
6-game hitting streak now for Manny Ramirez. He's 11 for his last 20. Nice effort by Freddie Bynum going up the middle. He gets a glove on it. He knocks it down, but cannot get it out as the deflection rolls into center field.
It's been a very good 6-game pace. 11 for 20 during that time, all 6 games here on the homestand.
Yeah, Manny's trying to creep back to that 300 mark. 292 to start the game today. And with the base hit, 294.
Is anybody for the Red Sox participating in the home run competition?
I don't think so.
Knowledge?
I don't believe there is anybody from Boston.
And in the past, Big Papi had participating this year.
What do you want to stack it with left-handers? That's for sure at Yankee Stadium.
Amazing. There are a lot of players who feel that kind of takes a lot out of them. You watch the way it is set up, and it certainly does. I don't know how much it changes the way they approach things, but I imagine why some players don't want to participate in that. Ortiz has in the past. We'll get it underway tomorrow night. Nick Lowell lined out to center field, turned out to be a double play as J.D. Drew caught off second base after Lowell lined out to the center fielder Adam Jones. His second at bat today against Daniel Cabrera. Strike, and it's 3-1.
The only 2 names I can think of in the American League, I know Josh Hamilton is involved in it, and I think Evan Longoria, who was voted in on the internet, is going to take part.
I heard Chase Utley was doing it on the other side with the Phillies. Popped up as Bynum a step or 2 on the grass, makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Grady Sizemore also involved. He leads the American League with 23 home runs, and Justin Morneau also participating. So Sizemore a lefty, Hamilton a lefty, Morneau a lefty, Longoria the only right-hander for the American League.
First and second, 2 down. Kevin Youkilis flied out to center field first time up. Strike 1 to Youkilis. Cabrera's now thrown 62 pitches. 2 2/3 innings. Rips this foul. So we talked about Youkilis in the open today and the fantastic numbers that he's put together in the first half of the season. Of course, going to be starting in the All-Star game, and I guess one of the concerns looking back over the last couple of years has been the second half performance of Youkilis, who in the last 2 years it has gone downward. He pointed out that he had a very good postseason at the end of the year, and that is certainly the case. But do you worry about that heading into the second half of this season?
Well, I mean, it's always a concern, Don, but I'm not worried about it. No, players have peaks and valleys, obviously, and they all go through them. Unfortunately for Youkilis, they've been in the second half of the season.
Strikes out. It's 1-0 Red Sox.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
The statues on parade have arrived in New York City just in time for the 2008 MLB All-Star Week. Lady Liberty is a real all-star standing over 8 feet tall in various locations throughout New York City. Each of the 42 statues has a unique design. Now, MLB.com Auctions gives you the chance to bring home a piece of All-Star history. Go to MLB.com today to bid on these commemorative All-Star statues. Or you can take home one of the 9-inch mini replicas now available at the shop at MLB.com. For complete details, go to MLB.com/statues today.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv.
Game, tune in for all the action on Fox, live from New York on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
16-minute wait for Daisuke Matsuzaka as we head to the fourth inning. The breeze up there whipping through pretty good on what has been kind of a breezy day here at Fenway Park.
Yeah, pleasant day to watch a ball game.
On this Vermonte.
Not too humid, nice and warm, got a nice breeze going. Perfect day to be at the ballpark.
And 1-0 Red Sox advantage into the fourth inning. Luke Scott, Jay Payton, Guillermo Quiros face Daisuke Matsuzaka. Scott walked his first time up. Well, for Daisuke, more walks than strikeouts so far through the first 3 innings. 3 walks and 2 Ks. 56 pitches so far for Matsuzaka. And 9-1 record heading into today's action for Matsuzaka. His only loss was against the St. Louis Cardinals here at Fenway Park back on June 21st. And of course, that was the game in which he had just returned from the disabled list and threw just 1 inning, giving up 6 hits and 7 runs. Foul tipped and held on to by Veritek, and it's 1-2. Payton on deck. And on the hands and fisted foul. First time that Daisuke has faced the Orioles this season. He's winless in 2 previous career starts against Baltimore. And the first time in his career that he has pitched against the Orioles here at Fenway Park. The 2 starts coming at Camden Yards. And tight 2-2. Daisuke has allowed just 1 run in his last 3 starts dating back to June 27th and has not yet given up a run today as he faces the Orioles in the 4th inning.
That was ball 3, full count. High ball into short left. Youkilis still headed down the line. It'll come back, and he makes the catch. That is a very tough play by Kevin Youkilis. Remember, he's the lone man on the left side of the infield with the shift on. He's looking for help in right field. He's not going to get any. He's got the wind blowing it out. I tell you, that's a lot of ground to cover for Kevin Youkilis to make a catch like that. We talked about his versatility down in the open. You know, people think it's easy moving positions. It's not. It's not easy at all. Even though that was his primary position when he came to the big leagues. After playing so much first base, it's not an easy transition to go back over and play at third. Jay Payton reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. The reason Youkilis didn't have any help from Manny on that because they had that shift on, and of course they were playing Luke Scott to pull, so Manny was really pulled over a little bit in left center field. There's no way he could get to the ball, so it was Youkilis or nobody. Youkilis at third base for the Red Sox coming into the game, and 51 total chances, 1 error at third base this season. Hopped up foul off to the right, and it's 1-2 to Jay Payton. Signed by the Orioles as a free agent to a 2-year contract. This is year 2 of the 2-year contract for Jay Payton with the Orioles. Now's the 1-2 pitch back to the screen. He's 35 years old now. Was with the Red Sox back in 2005 for 55 games. He had 263 with Boston since then. A year and a half in Oakland and a year and a half with the Orioles. Outside 2-2. Of course, coming up with the New York Mets, part of the Subway Series back in 2000. He's in center field for the Mets at the time. Swing and a miss. Strikes out. It's the third K for Daisuke. 2 down. A breaking ball here from Matsuzaka. A very tempting pitch, but it ends up out of the strike zone. But a tough pitch to lay off for a right-handed hitter. Jay Payton just shaking his head as he heads back to the dugout. Number 3 on the afternoon for Matsuzaka. 2 down for Guillermo Quiros. Popped out to short first time up. Pops one up foul down below us. It's like Cleveland has tied that game up against Tampa Bay 2-2 as they play in the 5th now on Jacobs Field in Cleveland. It's interesting how Tampa has made us watch the scoreboard this early in the season. Another month from now, we get into August, late August. Obviously, you start watching that wild card race. You look towards the second half and you wonder if some of the teams that have underachieved will be able to bounce back in the second half. And a team that jumps out at me are the Detroit Tigers, who have steadily gotten back amazingly within a game of 500. They're 46 and 47. They're 8 games back. And that's going to be interesting to watch how the American League Central breaks down, and will the wild card come out of the Central. And the problem for the Tigers is that, yeah, I think they're going to play better. There's no question about that. But they get 2 very good teams ahead of them. Chicago has been very steady all season long. And, of course, we know about the Minnesota Twins.
Talk about wild card. How about Oakland? They've only got 43 losses on the season.
They have been very much a surprise in what was supposed to be a real rebuilding year. And very much in the mix. This one fouled off. Full count.
I think the wild card's a great idea, and I have felt that way. And it just gives more interest to the game. It gives another team a possibility, to get into the playoffs. And there you see what the wild card standings look right now. Twins very tough. Athletics 4 back.
How many more times, or how many times, since you never played a playoff game, how many more times would you have had a chance to go to the postseason?
Well, it's definitely once in '78. We won 99 games and took our suitcases and went home. You win 95 games now, and you pretty much win a division, don't you?
Yeah.
Win your series and your division, and you go to the playoffs. And you certainly go to a wild card if that was the case. But I love the wild card. I think it's a great idea.
Swing and a miss, and Quiros down on strikes. Daisuke strikes out back-to-back batters. 1-0 Red Sox for 3.5.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is BJ Ryan.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for...
Gives you the chance to watch Red Sox prospects travel the road to Fenway. Thursday night, we check in with the second-place Portland Sea Dogs as they look to top the division leader Trenton Thunder. Live at 7 from Hadlock Field.
Well, it's a 1-0 Red Sox advantage as we head to the home half of the 4th inning. Sean Casey, Jason Varitek, and Alex Cora. First, Daniel Cabrera, who has thrown 64 pitches through the first 3 innings. Sean Casey walked in his only at bat so far today. Opposite field towards left center. That's going to be off the scoreboard. Adam Jones plays it quickly. Casey trying to make it a double, and he is safe. He was gunned down last night trying to do the same thing. And Roberts thinks he got him. It was very close.
That's got to big out Dave Tremblay again as we'll have another discussion about a play at second base. Sean Casey off that scoreboard. It caroms to Jones, and Jones makes a very good throw in a second base. Casey, does he get the hand in? Tough to tell from that angle. Roberts didn't think so. Well, Roberts thought he got the hand before it got to the bag.
It's almost he blocked the hand from reaching the bag.
And he may be right. And Cabrera also thought he had the out at second base.
So Well, it works out to be a leadoff double for Sean Casey. Now Varitek will try to move him over as he fouls off the first one. Jason popped out to the shortstop. It was only a bat today against Cabrera.
Watching Sean Casey run is like watching someone try to run through quicksand.
The legs are moving,
yeah,
but not much is happening.
Yeah, it's not going very fast.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
I mean, everything looks like it's going fast. I mean, the arms, the legs, but nothing's really happening.
It's just not going forward.
No, here's where the quicksand kicks in right here, and boom. A for effort, that's for sure. I don't think I've ever met a guy in this game, and this goes back a long, long way, that is as upbeat and has as much fun on a daily basis that he does.
I would agree.
I can't think of anybody close. Somebody from the truck suggested no more Garcia Parra. No, not quite.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Varitek. This next pitch for Cabrera will be his 70th of his outing. Varitek batting now. Alex Cora on deck. Varitek grounds it foul outside first, and it hangs at 2-2. The Red Sox have had base runners in every inning. They scored a run in the first. Left a runner on, left 2 on in the second, left 2 on in the third. 5 men on through the first 3 innings. Now they got a leadoff double by Casey. And Varitek here in a battle. 2-2 the count. Ball 3, full count. Cabrera has walked 2. He has struck out 2. Varitek on a check swing, grounds it foul.
Varitek expecting something hard fastball there. Instead, he gets the breaking ball and almost a slow motion swing, but he does make contact to foul it off.
Three and 2 the count to Varitek with Sean Casey at second base and nobody out. Varitek takes ball 4 and heads down to first base. Third walk given up by Cabrera. Check back in with Heidi Watney.
Well, Don, while 7 members of the Red Sox are involved in the All-Star game, along with Terry Francona and his coaching staff, the rest of the team says they plan on taking advantage of their short summer break.
Nothing really. Just plan on going, and there's a place in Rhode Island. Maybe go shoot some skeet there and take my dog. But other than that, nothing.
We're just going to go back to Colorado and hang out. You know, some cool weather, and just we're going to go out to the ranch and chill out and do nothing.
I'm gonna go down the Cape for a couple of days and just relax and be on the beach and just enjoy it with my kids.
We're gonna go down to Myrtle Beach for a couple of days and relax, hang out, sit on the beach, drink some beer, have some fun.
I'm gonna spend 3 full days in Colorado.
Well, it sounds like a lot of rest and relaxation for a lot of the Red Sox players not involved in the All-Star festivities, and a lot of nothing, which is exactly what they want to do based on what they've done over the first 3 months of the season.
Alex Cora did something nice right there. The sacrifice bunt, perfectly executed, moves men to second and third.
Casey to third, Varitek to second, and Jacoby Ellsbury coming up. Both starters have had to throw a lot of pitches as Cabrera works for the Red Sox here in the fourth. Two starters have combined for 150 pitches. Ellsbury trying to deliver as he takes strike one inside.
Orioles have that infield pulled in with the one out and a couple of men in scoring position.
Side almost hit him, and it's a ball and a strike to Ellsbury. He struck out looking in the first, grounded out to second base in the second inning. Sean Casey led off the inning with a double. He's now at third. Varitek walked. He's at second. One out. Inside again, 2-1. In again. That's where they've been living on Jacoby Ellsbury, and it's 3-1. The strikeout that Cabrera had back in the first inning was on the inside corner. Red Sox bullpen band back together again, and now the conference at the mound as Mora and Quiros will join Cabrera. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Heidi Watney bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition and Adobe Digital 5.1 surround sound on Nesson. The coordinating producer of Red Sox baseball is Russ Ken. Senior coordinating director is Michael Narachi. Associate producer is Justin White. Production assistant Aaron Sweeney, and Nesson's executive producer is Joel Fell. Down to first base goes Jacoby Ellsbury. And a base on balls, fourth given up by Cabrera, and then loads them up for Boston.
And this is a nightmare for the Orioles because you've got a guy, Pedroia, already with 2 hits on the day, who's got a .462 average coming into the game against Cabrera. And add on to that with the 2 hits today.
Stage of the season, the band's really got it going on. Early on, there were a lot of different parts, and this is tremendous.
I like Hansen's part. His bass.
Got a lot of time out there, you know. Hardsman's really come a long way, I think. Both arms going. If there was an award for most improved, I'd say go to David Hardsman. And this one grounded foul. It's 1-1.
They were smart. They would come out with a CD.
How you thinking? Casey at third base, Varitek at second base, Ellsbury at first base. Strike, and it's 1-2. This Sarfati up in the pen for the Orioles. First action we've seen of the day. Cabrera at 82 pitches with one out here in the fourth inning. And trying to get out of this bases loaded jam. He's been trying to work his way out of jams all day. Red Sox have left 5 men on through the first 3. They got the bases loaded here in the 4th. You have the feeling the Red Sox have a bigger lead than they do, just on top 1-0.
Well, they may in a second.
Pedroia grounds it foul. This is filled with Red Sox, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. On the ground left side, Bynum bobble for a second for the out there, and a run scores. Casey's in, and the Red Sox lead it 2-0.
Bynum's having kind of a shaky day out there at shortstop, because if he makes this play clean, they may have the double play, but he can't get out of his glove, and once that happens, only the force play at second base. So a break there for the Red Sox. They pick up their second run on a ball that bobbles around in the glove of Freddie Bynum.
And Dustin Pedroia picking up an RBI, his 47th now of the season. It's 1st and 3rd now with 2 outs in the inning, and J.D. Drew the batter. You think about how far Pedroia has come, even from his Rookie of the Year status last year. He had 50 RBIs all season for the Red Sox last year, and now he's got 47 in the first half, or at least before the break. Well, Cabrera didn't like the last pitch, and he's yelling at Ted Barrett. Ted Barrett yelling back at the Orioles starter.
There's that frustration setting in with Cabrera. We see that quite often with him. He gets hot in a hurry. Well, according to the pitch zone, it looked like it was inside, but in my view, it looked like a pretty good pitch.
And Cabrera's been miffed right out of the gate in this inning when he thought it was an out at second base on Sean Casey. And in the dirt, nice play by Karros to his right. We have seen Daniel Cabrera come undone quite a few times over the years in the season series between the Red Sox and the Orioles. It's a strike to J.D., and it's 2-1. The numbers against the Red Sox are not pretty for Daniel Cabrera. He's entering today's action, and he trails right now 2-0. Drew fouls it off and evens the count at 2-2. '25th pitch of the inning coming up for Cabrera. He's got Varitek at third base, Pedroia at first base, and 2 down. Ball 3, full count. Cabrera still throwing hard, 95 on the fastball.
Just so erratic, though, Don, all over the place with the fastball, missing corners. Aubrey Huff notifying Cabrera he's now in the 3-2 count, playing behind Pedroia at first base.
This one live foul. Wow.
Watch out, Louie. That's the quickest he's moved since he played second base. Still got that great first step quickness. Watch this. Look out. Looked like it right over the coconut, didn't it?
Yes, it did. There's ball 4. Third walk of the inning allowed by Cabrera. Loads him up again.
5 walks in his outing. Then you got Manny Ramirez coming up. Well, now Cabrera has retaken the lead in the American League in walks. Rick Kranitz, his pitching coach, going to make a visit. And it is his task now to get Cabrera calmed down. You know, in the past, thought that Leo Mazzoni might be a guy that could kind of harness Cabrera over the years. He never really could. You know, the numbers were never consistent for him. We've seen Mazzoni over the years do such a fantastic job and really resurrect some careers when he was the pitching coach in Atlanta and was the pitching coach here in Baltimore under Sam Palazzo in his stay. And Cabrera was up and down and much the same then, and not much has changed. Bases filled with Red Sox. Varitek at third base, Pedroia at second base, Drew at first base. A run in, 2 down for Manny Ramirez. And he's been on twice, walked in the first, single to center in the third. Strike 1 to Ramirez. And the numbers have always been very good for Manny with the bases loaded. 20 grand slams to his credit. And he fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Think about the 20 grand slams that Manny has had. He's not had one since 2005. In July, hit one against the Texas Rangers, but it's been since 2005 since the last one. Up the middle, ranging is Roberts. Against the grain, off balance. He throws out Ramirez. The Red Sox only get 1 in the inning and take a 2-0 advantage to the 5th.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com. Experience the game like never before with MLB.com's Game Day. Real-time pitch types and in-game video highlights moments after they happen. Have those same highlights sent straight to your video-enabled phone with MLB.com's mobile team alert. And if you can't get to the game, watch every out-of-market game this season live with high-quality streaming video exclusively on MLB.tv. Only on MLB.com, where baseball is always on.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on.
Heating and cooling supplies of the Boston Red Sox. To learn more about how FWWeb can help you, contact your local professional contractor or visit FWWeb.com. FWWeb, we've got it.
St. Patrick is only 62 days old and he's already seen 54 games.
First time at Fenway Park, and apparently he joined us without us knowing about it. And there he is. Hello, Patrick. Two 2-0 Red Sox on top. They've had plenty of chances. Red Sox have left 8 men on base through the first 4 innings. The Orioles have had their own opportunities. They've left 5 men on base through the first 4 innings, and it's Freddie Bynum who leads it off here in the 5th. The bunt bid fouled off. There's the pitching line. It's brought to you by Nissan. 77 pitches for Daisuke. A 20-minute wait for the Red Sox right-hander. His team put together another run. Opposite field. On the run is Ellsbury. He'll make the diving catch in left center.
You know, that is so beautiful to watch, especially from our vantage point, Don, because we can see up here how that ball is tailing away from Jacoby Ellsbury. And he gets a terrific jump. It benefits him being a left-hander. He's got the glove on that right hand. Dives, makes the play. Beautiful by Ellsbury in center field. See that ball slicing away, and you say, no chance. But not with his speed.
One down for Brian Roberts, who made a nice defensive play to keep this a close ball game, going up the middle to end last inning and to throw out Manny Ramirez. His off-balance throw, which came from the left side by the time he had stopped to the infield. And the Red Sox leave him loaded in the inning. It's 1 for 2 at the plate. A single in the first, grounded out in the third. Single runs for the Red Sox in the first and fourth innings. Two and one now to Roberts. 81 pitches for Daisuke Matsuzaka, 46 of them strikes. Two and two. Jones on deck with one out here in the fifth inning for the Orioles. Only 1, 2, 3 inning Daisuke has had today was in the fourth inning, facing the 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Orioles. He's retired 5 batters in a row. And Roberts lines one foul. Ball 4, and he walks Roberts. So there's the fourth base on balls for Daisuke Matsuzaka. It equals the number of strikeouts that he's had today.
Only inning he did not have a walk in was back in the fourth inning when he had a couple of strikeouts, a 1, 2, 3 inning.
So 1 out, 1 on, and Adam Jones, the batter, struck out in the first, singled to center field in the third inning. He's got 1 of 3 hits today for the Orioles offense. Fouls it off Veritek for strike 1. Daisuke Matsuzaka has walked 4 or more batters in 7 of 16 starts. Walks Roberts with one out here in the fifth. Well, the 0-1 hits Adam Jones, and now the Orioles have 2 on with 1 out. Second time Jones has been aboard. And you got Nick Markakis coming up. Veritek out to the mound.
Fourth batter that Matsuzaka has hit this season. So you combine that with a walk in this inning. No hits in the inning, but 2 base runners.
And the pitch count rising for Daisuke as he works with 2 on, 1 out here in the fifth. It's Nick Markakis. Markakis flied out to center in the first and then walked in the third inning. He's 24 years old and Orioles first round pick. 7th pick overall back in 2003. Markakis last year with 23 home runs, 112 runs batted in his second season in the majors. Hit an even 300. This year so far 14 homers and 50 runs batted in. Two and 0. Two on, 1 out. And a count of 2-0 to Nick Markakis. Ball 3-0. Daisuke right now having trouble throwing strikes.
A constant project for John Farrell. He goes through these streaks where he just totally loses control.
He's thrown 14 pitches in the inning, 8 balls. And there's another, not close. And the base is now loaded for Baltimore with 1 out. This will bring John Farrell to the hill.
No action in the Red Sox bullpen right now.
No hits in the inning for the Orioles. 2 walks and a hit batsman.
Kind of a typical Daisuke game, isn't it?
Sure is.
Coming up after the game, it's WB Mason Extra Innings with Tom Karen, Dave McCarty, and Lou Maloney, and Heidi Watney live from Yawkey Way. You'll get all the reaction from today's series finale against the Orioles, including manager Terry Francona's live press conference. Plus, TC, Dave, and Lou will reveal their picks for the Sox first half MVP. It's all coming up right after the game, and it's live on NESN.
It looks like Hansen's going to be the first reliever up for the Red Sox in the pen as he starts to warm up. Daisuke Matsuzaka, 4 1/3 innings, and breakdown of the pitches thrown so far for him, up to 91 pitches with 1 out here in the fifth. Orioles have them loaded with Roberts at third, Jones at second, Markakis at first, and Aubrey Huff the batter. Well, Daisuke Matsuzaka, who's been incredible in these type situations, getting out of these messes, has a real test here. Yeah, strike 1 over the inside corner to Aubrey Huff.
Starts off Huff with a cut fastball for a strike. But again, location off. That cutter was supposed to be away.
Aubrey Huff walked in the first inning, single to right. In the third inning, he's got one of only 3 hits today for the Orioles. Well, we talk about how many times Daisuke Matsuzaka has gotten out of these jams amazingly unscathed. 10 times the bases have been loaded against Daisuke Matsuzaka. He's given up no hits and 1 walk with the bases loaded. They'll try to do it again here with Roberts at third, Jones at second, Markakis at first.
It's a dangerous way to live, though.
He takes a lot of pitches. Fouled off, still 1-2. Red Sox on top 2-0, trying to keep it that way right now. So the Orioles have them loaded with 1 out. Huff strikes out. Matsuzaka starting to get out of this jam. There's the second out. 5 Ks now for Daisuke.
Goes to the slider down and in when he has a couple of strikes to Aubrey Huff. A blind spot for left-handed hitters. That breaking ball down and off the plate. It's a tough pitch to lay off and a very tough pitch to hit.
So 2 down, bases loaded, and Melvin Moore, the batter. Orioles had it all lined up well, bases loaded, and their cleanup hitter coming up, but he strikes out for the second out of the inning. As Mora takes ball 1. He's grounded out twice, 0 for 2. Ball 2-0. Melvin Mora with the bases loaded, a .317 career hitter, 2 grand slams. And this season only hitting .237 headed into today's action. There's a strike, 2-1.
I don't think Mora liked that call. I thought it might have been a little bit high, a little bit inside. The Amica Insurance Pitch Zone agrees with Mora.
This will be pitch number 100 for Daisuke Matsuzaka with 2 outs in the 5th inning. And another situation where here he is in the 5th and right around 100 again. His high is 118. Two strikes on the batter, Mora, 2 balls, and the base is loaded for Baltimore with 2 down. Back to Daisuke. He's done it again. Out of the bases loaded jam in the 5th. It's 2-0 Red Sox.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and
Fenway Park, where the Red Sox have a 2-0 advantage, and amazingly, Daisuke Matsuzaka once again getting out of a bases-loaded jam. You had the 4-5 hitters coming up, and the slider there to get him to begin things as he was able to get Aubrey Huff on a pitch down and in, and then comes back, and this one right back at him off the bat of Melvin Mora, and able to gun him out and end the inning amazingly, as the Orioles unable to score again. The pitch total high. He's up over 100 pitches at 101 through the first 5. And the Red Sox still have the 2-0 advantage into the bottom of the 5th. Lowell, Youkilis, and Casey. Cabrera back out there, and he's nearing 100 pitches himself. He's now at 95. Had to wait a while, but his team unable to provide him any runs.
Up and in with the fastball. That'll get Lowell back on his backside. Closer to the hands than the head.
Old Jam pops it up into left field. Jay Payton makes the catch for the first out of the inning. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. The Red Sox have talked about all the offensive ranks in which they're in the top 5. Average are number 1, on base percentage number 1. Runs per game over 5 a game, that's second. Stolen bases, which is surprising for a Red Sox team coming into this season. Certainly not the case, but second in the league at 78.
Second to Tampa Bay in stolen bases. Second to Texas in runs scored. And the Chicago White Sox lead the American League in home runs.
Youkilis 0 for 2 today. He's flied out, struck out, and he gets hit.
Now Cabrera's come out this inning and has thrown nothing but pitches inside to both Mike Lowell and Kevin Youkilis. He missed Mike Lowell. Now he gets Youkilis with the fastball. Looks like right on that left elbow.
93-mile-per-hour fastball. So 1 out, Youkilis at first base. Sean Casey the batter. Casey's been on twice today. A walk in the second inning, a double in the 4th inning. And he takes ball 1.
That's the 7th time this season that Youkilis has been hit by a pitch.
Dennis Sarfati had been up last inning. He's back up again for the Orioles. Cabrera with 1 out here in the 5th at 100 pitches. Two 2-0 to Casey. Inside, 3-0. Cabrera walked 3 in the 4th inning and only gave up 1 run as Casey came around to score the 2nd Red Sox run. So he has walked 5 total in the game. Daisuke has walked 5 total.
It's amazing, 10 walks in the ball game, and yet it's a 2-0 Red Sox lead.
Cabrera has hit a batter in Kevin Youkilis. Daisuke Matsuzaka has hit a batter in Adam Jones. Strike to Casey, the most surprised guy in the ballpark, and it's a full count.
Casey already making his way down at first base. He thought this fastball was away. Borderline pitch.
There goes Youkilis at first. His pitch to the backstop. Youkilis will round second and head for third. He'll get there as Karros finally picks it up, and not before Youkilis advances 2 bases.
I'll tell you what, this is not pretty this afternoon, that's for sure. First of all, the walk to Sean Casey, not even close, and Youkilis just continues on. By the time Karros gets to it, Youkilis easily into third base.
Here comes Dave Tremblay. So after the first out, a hit batsman, then a walk, a wild pitch mixed in. It's first and third with 1 out. Dennis Sarfati be coming in for the Orioles. It's 2-0 Boston.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
On Friday at 9 p.m., join Tom Caron, Dennis Eckersley, and Heidi Watney for Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame show. Tune in to hear TC and Eck discuss the keys to battling the AL West leading Angels. That's this Friday at 9 p.m. live on the pregame show.
Cabrera came in with a 2-9 record against the Red Sox. Leaves trailing 2-0 with 1 out here in the 5th. As this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. New pitcher is Dennis Sarfati.
He's had a very nice year out of the bullpen, making his 40th appearance in 40 innings, only 28 hits and 43 strikeouts. One problem has been walks, 35, but opponents only hitting 203. He came over from Houston, and that's a hot deal.
1 out, Kevin Youkilis at third base, Sean Casey at first base, and Jason Varitek the batter. Varitek popped out in the second. He walked in the 4th inning. And he takes ball 1 outside. Cabrera departs responsible for the runners on, but he went 4 in a 3rd inning, giving up 6 hits. He walked 6 and struck out 2. And so far been charged with 2 runs. Red Sox had chances all day and have left a total of 8 men on base through the first 4 innings. As Varitek takes strike 1 and has a look back at Ted Barrett.
Cabrera did not have 1-1-2-3 inning all afternoon, and Daisuke's only had 1. That was back in the 4th inning.
And Daisuke, who is through the first 5, has thrown 101 pitches. Outside 2-1. Sarfati throwing hard, 97 miles per hour, but off the mark. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, 2-2.
Keeping those fastballs away from Varitek at 96, 97 miles an hour. Everything away so far in this at bat.
Varitek very tardy on the cut, strikes out. So Sarfati strikes him out. First batter that he faces, 2 down.
Again, down and away this time with the fastball. Very protective swing, defensive swing, I should say, by Varitek, trying to foul it off.
So 2 down for Alex Cora. He had a single to center field in the second, and a sacrifice bunt down in the fourth. Led to a run, and Sean Casey scored the Red Sox second run. Youkilis at third base, Casey at first base. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Cora spending time on the disabled list with a sprained right elbow. Fouls it off, 1-1. And getting a chance to get a lot more playing time here in the near future with Julio Lugo out for an expected 4 to 6 weeks. And share some time with Jed Lowry on a daily basis. Lowry got the start in last night's game. Alex Cora today. Strike over the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Today marks the 14th time this season Cora's made a start at short. He's made 2 starts at second base. A lot of time coming off the bench. Ball 2, it was up, and it's 2-2. Top of the Red Sox order, Jacoby Ellsbury waiting on deck. Red Sox scoring single runs in the first and fourth innings. RBIs for Pedroia and for J.D. Drew today. Chance to add on to their 2-0 advantage with runners at first and third and 2 away. Runs it outside. It's full count. Ball 4, he walks in. Second walk of the inning. Loads the bases.
Well, we mentioned the one negative for Safari so far this season, the base on balls. That's 36 now in 40 in the third innings.
So base is loaded, 2 down. Another opportunity for the Red Sox, who ended up leaving them loaded in the fourth inning. Jacoby Ellsbury has struck out, grounded out, and walked. His third at bat was a walk in the third inning.
The only pitching staff in the American League that walks more batters than the Orioles staff is the Texas Rangers.
Two 2-0. Ellsbury, 364 in this situation. Never had a grand slam. Taking a strike, 2-1. Dennis Sarfati in relief of Daniel Cabrera. We've gone 4 1/3 innings. He's responsible for the runners at second and third. Cora, the responsibility of Sarfati. And it's strike 2 as he battles back to even the count at 2-2. Cabrera is already charged with 2 runs and is on the hook after just 4 1/3 innings. Ellsbury lines it to left. Payton's over and he makes the catch as the Red Sox leave him loaded for the second straight inning. Red Sox on top 2-0.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Curtis Cranston.
Hey, this is Adam Dunn. Check out the shop on MLB.com.
Check out the shop on MLB.com for all your Dodger gear.
For all your Red Sox gear.
All your Yankees gear.
All your Blue Jay gear.
Your Cincinnati Reds gear.
For all your Twins gear.
Visit the official online shop of Major League Baseball at MLB.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the MLB.com shop today.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
I'm Ashley Russell.
Lights out, presented by FW Webb, home of Frank Webb's Bass Centers. Catherine Tapping goes one-on-one with Bruins center Patrice Bergeron. Plus, it's top plays from the first half of the Sox season. It's all coming up tonight on Sports Desk Lights Out at 10 p.m.
Well, Jed Lowry takes over at third base defensively for the Red Sox. Kevin Youkilis coming out of the game
after being hit by a pitch. Youkilis looks like he got hit off that left elbow and replaced now by Jed Lowry at third base. Looks like he's having a little trouble getting feeling back in the hand and the fingers.
It's on to the sixth inning. Luke Scott, Jay Payton, Guillermo Queiroz to face. Daisuke Matsuzaka is up over 100 pitches at 101. Into the shift with Scott batting, and he takes the strike. There is action in the Red Sox pen as Javier Lopez joins Craig Hansen. Well, the Orioles have left a total of 8 men on base through the first 5 innings. The Red Sox have left 11 men on base through the first 5 innings, including back-to-back bases loaded situations for Boston when they could not add on to their 2-run advantage. Rapper wreaking havoc right now in the infield as they finally grab it. Crowd applauding the effort of Luke Scott to go grab it finally. The strike in, it's 1-2. Scott walked in the second inning, popped out in the fourth inning. His third look at Daisuke Matsuzaka. Only 3 hits today for the Orioles altogether. And none since the third inning. The shift on Lowry's on the left side, the shortstop spot. He throws him out.
That's a very comfortable spot for Jed Lowry, even though he's moved in at third base with the shift on playing shortstop, because that's his position. It's a nice big hop and gets Luke Scott at first base. So trying out the new guy, and the new guy's up to the task.
One down for Jay Payton, who was 0 for 2. And a swing and a miss. They reached on a fielder's choice in the second, stole a base, and then struck out swinging in the fourth inning. Off the mound is Daisuke, a bobble, and reaching is Jay Payton. So his first hit of the day.
Well, Daisuke was committed to it with the bare hand, and that's probably the only way he was going to get Jay Payton. If he lets it go, I don't think Lowry would have been able to make the play at first base. It's possible, but I think Daisuke probably had the best chance.
One out, one on. Guillermo Queiroz, the batter. He has popped out to short and struck out swinging. Fouls it off to the right, back and out of play. Daisuke with 1-2-3 inning in his outing. That was the fourth inning. Otherwise, there's been base runners all over the place. He got out of a bases loaded 1-out jam in the fifth, striking out Huff, getting more to ground out. Now 1 out, 1 on, and Queiroz pops it up. Foul. Back comes Veritek. Won't have the play.
Again, that breeze pushing that ball back close to giving Veritek a chance to make a play. Reaches in, but it hits that second row of seats.
Swing and a miss. Daisuke Matsuzaka picks up strikeout number 6, and there's 2 down.
By design, going upstairs with the high fastball ahead in the count. Veritek wants the fastball up. That's exactly where Daisuke gets it. No contact. Got him on a breaking ball last time out. This time, the high fastball.
Sean Farrell on the phone as Lopez and Hansen in the bullpen. Freddie Bynum at the plate, 0 for 2. We'll see fouls one off to the left. Bynum struck out swinging in the second inning, lined out to center field in the fifth. Trying to eke out one more inning here from Daisuke Matsuzaka, who's thrown 111 pitches. Strike in, it's 1-2. 6 strikeouts today for Matsuzaka, 5 walks. He's given up only 4 hits, and so far, no runs. Jay Payton at first base, 2 down. I'm going to check on Payton. Off to the left, still 1-2. Top of the Orioles order on deck. Brian Roberts with 2 outs and Payton at first base. There's 2-0 Red Sox advantage in the 6th inning. swing and a miss. Matsuzaka with back-to-back Ks, 7 in all. 5.5 done from Fenway, 2-0 Red Sox.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is BJ Ryan.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen, text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top.
Presented by Filene's Basement is August 9th. See the next generation of Red Sox stars, get autographs, and enjoy Fenway Park with the entire family. Tickets to this fun-filled doubleheader start at just $5. Visit RedSox.com or call 877-RED-SOX-9 for more information.
5-2, the Cleveland Indians lead over the Rays in the 8th inning, so a chance for the Red Sox to move back into first place right before the All-Star break. Maybe the 4th straight year the Red Sox been in first place in the American League East if it does happen. Boston holding up their end of the bargain right now with the Red Sox on top 2-0 coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Pedroia, Drew, and Ramirez. As Dennis Sarfati returns to the mound for the Orioles, you got the last 2 outs of the 5th. Pedroia trying to bunt his way on, pops it up into the glove of Aubrey Huff for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Something you don't see Pedroia do very often is bunt, and that time a bullet to first base. Aubrey Huff right there to make the play. Trying to push the ball to second is what he's doing, but you can see right there the line drive bunt, to the first baseman.
One down for J.D. Drew. J.D. is doubled, fly to right, and walked. Jerry, you want to send along hellos to Tommy Voltero, who was watching the game from his home in Winchester, Massachusetts today. Tommy's wife Mary was able to get Green Monster tickets to today's game. For him, was a dream of his to sit on top of the Green Monster, but unfortunately, due to serious illness, Tommy was not able to attend the game today and is instead watching the broadcast at home. Tommy's son, Tommy Voltero Jr., is here at Fenway Park, and our hearts and thoughts go out to the entire Voltero family as they're enjoying the ball game here today, while Tommy Voltero is back home. Send our best wishes to him.
I'll get well soon.
Drew to center. Adam Jones headed back, still going. He'll make the catch. He has been fun to watch in this series. 2 down.
Really has. Good looking outfielder, isn't he? Adam Jones got an excellent jump. That's tough. That ball that's directly over your head. And he gets an excellent jump on it off the bat of J.D. Drew. Gets himself in the proper position, full speed, and making the catch at the 379 mark. They got a good one here in Adam Jones.
Two down in the 6th inning, and Manny Ramirez coming up. Something's bugging Veritek's eye. He's been kind of working on it for a while. Looked like he was blinking earlier. They've been trying to apply some eye wash. And if you get any dirt in that right eye, it's been fouled off to the right. Of course, the wind has been blowing around a good bit of dirt today. The heavy breeze here at Fenway Park. Manny takes strike 3. Quick at bat and a quick inning for Dennis Sarpati. Red Sox down in order, but on top 2-0.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. All my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live.
Live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
The statues on parade have arrived in New York City just in time for the 2008 MLB All-Star Week. Lady Liberty is a real all-star standing over 8 feet tall in various locations throughout New York City. Each of the 42 statues has a unique design. Now, MLB.com Auctions gives you the chance to bring home a piece of all-star history. Go to MLB.com today to bid on these commemorative all-star statues. Or you can take home one of the 9-inch mini replicas now available at the shop at MLB.com. For complete details, go to MLB.com/statues today.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morneau.
And all my games are live
And on demand
on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
The statues on parade have arrived in New York City just in time for the 2008 MLB All-Star Week. Lady Liberty is a real all-star standing over 8 feet tall in various locations throughout New York City. Each of the 42 statues has a unique design. Now, MLB.com Auctions gives you the chance to bring home a piece of all-star history.
Furniture is the official furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Log on to Jordans.com for New England's largest selection of brand name furniture and mattresses. Well, back at Fenway Park as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. New pitcher for the Red Sox is Hideki Okajima.
Okajima making his 39th appearance, a record of 2-2. He got a win in his last outing on the 7th against Minnesota, going 2/3 of an inning in that ball game. Opponents hitting .259 off Okajima.
Well, the top of the Orioles order, Brian Roberts to lead it off. Well, Daisuke Matsuzaka, 6 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, no runs. He walked 5 and struck out 7.
Houdini,
unbelievable again. As the Orioles end up leaving 9 men on base through the first 6 innings. On the ground on the third baseline, Lowry on the run with a nice play to get Roberts plenty of time to spare. 1 down.
Good aggressive play there by Jed Lowry, charging that ball hard, getting it before it gets into foul territory, and keeping Roberts off base in a very close ball game. Good quick reaction. See how he gets himself rounded toward first base to make that throw a little bit easier for him.
Adam Jones, the batter, with 1 out. And he struck out, singled, and hit by a pitch. Inside ball 3. And Okajima falling behind 3-0. And Del Carmen now up in the Red Sox pen. See Hansen, Lopez. Okajima first out of the pen today, and Del Carmen warming up. There's a strike, 3-1. Hideki Okajima escaping a bases loaded jam with 1 out in the 8th inning on Monday against the Twins to earn his first win since March 25th, which was against Oakland in Japan. His very first appearance of the season. There's ball 4 and a 1-out walk for Adam Jones. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Well, Don, as you were saying, Hideki Okajima's ability to pitch out of that bases-loaded jam was a big step for the reliever who has struggled with base runners as of late. I spoke with John Farrell. He says he hopes it's a sign of more good things to come.
I think anytime that you can build the bullpen back with the dominance of Jonathan Papelbon and the dependency of Hideki, which he's been really in his last 3 outings to speak of, it does give us a little bit more continuity. It allows Tito to make those decisions on matchups in that 6th and 7th inning a little bit more clear. But I think the most important thing is that of late he's been much more consistent, and really the effectiveness in his curveball and his fastball more than his split finger has been the reason.
I also spoke with Terry Francona. He said Okajima's role in the bullpen has not changed from last year. The team hasn't lost any confidence in his abilities as the setup man to Jonathan Papelbon, but his performance last Monday night is definitely a boost of confidence. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Certainly an enormous difference as to where Okajima was at this point of the season from where he was last year. As, of course, going to the All-Star game, voted by the fans, a 32nd man on the team. And representing the Red Sox a year ago. It has been a rocky first half of the season for Okajima. And really his biggest problems have come against this Baltimore Orioles team. They've been a real nemesis for him so far on the season.
No, his role has changed this year. I mean, there's no way around that. I mean, he was the 8th inning guy, and that was it, period, last year, leading up to Jonathan Papelbon once he got on a roll. This year, it's anywhere from the 7th on now, depending on the matchups. It didn't matter if they had 3 right-handers coming up in the 8th inning last year. He was in the game.
Back-to-back walks. Nick Markakis down to first. The Red Sox pitching staff has walked 7 now in the game.
It's been a very ugly 2-0 ball game today.
Sure has. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 9th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout, a special seating section here at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the opportunity to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Having a good time out there today.
Now that's some dancing, Don, and you notice nobody with their hands above their head. Have a little fun out there in the dugout.
Adam Jones at second base. Nick Markakis at first base. 1 out, 7th inning. Aubrey Huff, the batter. Walked, singled, struck out. Popped up, foul, back into our left.
Kevin Youkilis having x-rays taken of his left tricep. Just a contusion, so no major issue for Youkilis.
X-rays are negative. He was hit by a pitch by Daniel Cabrera. And to leave the game, Jed Lowry in now at third base. Hope that does not affect his appearance in the All-Star game. Shouldn't, I wouldn't
No,
think.
not a contusion. That's just a fancy word for a bruise, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Two, 2-1. 2 walks back to back after Okajima got the first out of the inning. Mentioned the problems that Okajima has had against the Orioles. including the grand slam hit by Jay Payton at Camden Yards. Been pretty good against everybody else. Ball 3. Melvin Mora on deck. Orioles continue to have chances as they have all day long. This one on the ground foul. You think about it, 7 walks so far given up by Red Sox pitching. None have turned into runs. But before it was Daisuke Matsuzaka getting out of those jams. We'll see if Okajima can get out of this inning unscathed after walking 2.
He may be facing his last batter. We'll see. He's got the right-handed Melvin Mora on deck.
Swing and a miss. They elevate on Huff and he strikes out. So Okajima battles back for out number 2.
Yeah, Aubrey Huff helping out Okajima. This ball's certainly not a strike, but Huff could not lay off the high fastball. And Okajima gets the second out of the inning. That's certainly ball 4.
So Terry Francona to make the pitching change with 2 outs here in the 7th. Manny Del Carmen will be on. It's 2-0 Boston.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Be a part of Major League Baseball All-Star Summer.
The excitement begins with the XM All-Stars feature game, followed by the Taco Bell All-Star Legend and Celebrity Softball game.
For tickets, go to allstargame.com or the Yankees box office.
Don't forget to catch all the action
of the 2008 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Tuesday, July 15th at 8 p.m. live on Fox.
This one counts.
Okajima catching a break. This pitch up and out of the strike zone, but Aubrey Huff does chase it and picks up the strikeout to give the Red Sox the second out of the inning.
Manny Del Carmen on for Boston with 2 outs in the 7th.
And out of the, up comes Manny Ramirez, the back out of the, from behind the scoreboard, gets a standing ovation. There you see the numbers for Del Carmen. His last outing against Baltimore, first game of this series, an inning, 1 hit, a couple of earned runs, and a couple of walks.
It's always good that Manny comes back after visiting.
Well, it's become kind of a thing, you know, when Manny goes back there, and they all stand and wait for him to come back to see if he's going to come back. This time out in plenty of time, and I don't know if he made any cell phone calls while he was back there, maybe called for Chinese food.
2 down, 2 on, and Melvin Mora coming up. Orioles with another chance. Mora 1 for 6 in his career against Del Carmen. 0 for 3 today against Red Sox pitching. One and one. Mora's not been happy a lot with the home plate umpire Ted Barrett today.
I think more surprised in that situation where he had the count 1-0, and then Del Carmen comes with a curveball.
Shot towards third. Lowry on the run. Good inning defensively for Jed Lowry. The Orioles strand 2 more. 7th inning stretch time, and it's 2-0 Boston.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is DJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen, text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Vermont 2008 doing the honors here at Fenway, and 7th inning stretch time with the Red Sox on top 2-0 as we head to the last half of the 7th.
Seems kind of weird. Wouldn't it be tough to walk around with that thing on your head like all the time if you won?
I think they get used to it after a while.
It's like it's not even there
when it comes to the territory.
Stay tuned after the game for Granite City Electric X-Rings Extra with Tom Caron, Dave McCarty, Lou Maloney, and Heidi Watney. You'll get highlights from around the AL East, plus a look at the top 10 plays from the first half of the season. It's all coming up right after the game, and it's live on NESN.
2-0, the Red Sox on top after Del Carmen able to get out of that jam for the Red Sox in the top half of the inning. 7 walks allowed by Red Sox pitching today, and none of them have led to runs. We love Vermont, and this Vermont day from Fenway Park.
Miss Vermont did a very nice job singing the God Bless America here at Fenway Park in the 7th inning. Well, good luck. Couple of nice defensive plays last inning for Jed Lowry, who has come in for Kevin Youkilis at third base. First charging this ball against Brian Roberts, getting it in fair territory, getting the out. And then the big high bounce to get Melvin Mora, and the Red Sox again get out of trouble in this ball game.
And Lowry will be leading it off here for the Red Sox in the inning. Then Youkilis and Casey face Dennis Sarfati. Actually, I take that back. It is Lowell who leads it off. And it'll be Lowry and then Casey. Lowell is 0 for 3. It's the party train. Center field. Adam Jones camps underneath it, makes the catch to retire Mike Lowell for the first out of the inning. Mike's 0 for 4 today.
Bet you'll be doing a lot of that on your All-Star break. You like to get away and be part of fun like this.
It's the party train.
I like that. That's great.
Yeah. We dress up. Yeah, what's with all the policemen? It's quite a crew.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of fun.
He's pretty hot.
Lowry batting for the first time. Took over for Euclid after he was hit by a pitch in the elbow in the 5th. They're kind of a scary group, aren't they? I mean, should we be afraid?
What do you mean, like for our lives?
Yes. I mean, they look like they're coming up here next.
Let's hope not. Hope the guy shaves if he does.
It's been fouled off, and it's 1-2. Lowry with the start last night at shortstop for the Red Sox.
Like, you know, you go to weddings and stuff, and they have like dances. And I don't like that.
Yeah, the electric slide, Macarena.
You know, they all get up in a big group and do these dances. And
I can't see you doing that.
No, it's like I go hide somewhere with an oil somewhere.
Where's Jerry? It's time for the Macarena.
I can't remember the last wedding I've been to, as a matter of fact. But anyway, yeah, they do those foolish things at weddings.
You will not be partaking in any of them. Swing and a miss. Lowry strikes out. There's 2 down. Sarfati's been pretty good since coming in from the pen.
Very good. Couple of strikeouts for him, both on curveballs. He got Ramirez on a curveball. Now a good 12-6 breaking ball there against Jed Lowry. And of course, that's going to be it for him. With Casey coming up, looks like Tremblay's going to go for a left-hander.
It's 2-0 Red Sox on top. The pitching change from Fenway Park.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
The statues on parade have arrived in New York City just in time for the 2008 MLB All-Star Week. Lady Liberty is a real all-star standing over 8 feet tall in various locations throughout New York City. Each of the 42 statues has a unique design. Now, MLB.com Auctions gives you the chance to bring home a piece of all-star history. Go to MLB.com today to bid on these commemorative all-star statues. Or you can take home one of the 9-inch mini replicas now available at the shop at MLB.com. For complete details, go to MLB.com/statues today.
CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
2 down here in the 7th inning. Red Sox on top 2-0. And the Orioles making a pitching change. Dennis Sarfati out. Alberto Castillo in.
Only the 3rd appearance, the 2nd of this series for Castillo. He got called up just recently, Tuesday. In a game before the Toronto Blue Jays, called up from AAA Norfolk. He actually struck out Kevin Cash for his first major league strikeout.
Well, Sarfati doing a very good job in his 2 1/3 innings. The only base runner that he had to deal with, a walk to Alex Cora, didn't allow a hit. And struck out 3. He retired the last 6 batters that he faced. New fans in the monster seats, enjoying what has been a very comfortable day here today at Fenway Park. Nice breeze.
Yeah, beautiful out there today. You get a lot of sunshine, but you also get that pleasant breeze from the south.
Two down here in the 7th inning. And Sean Casey takes a pitch inside. Casey today has walked, doubled, and walked again. Scored a run, been on base 3 times. Red Sox with 6 hits, the Orioles with 4 hits. Boston has left 11 men on base. That was through the first 5. They've not had a base runner since the 5th. There's Casey to left field. And it'll one-hop the wall. His 2nd hit of the day. Casey headed for second base. Going to be close again, and this time he is out. It's happened 3 times in the last 2 days, and he was safe last time, but not this time. Twice he has been gunned down, trying to turn it into a double. Played 7. It's 2-0.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. All my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen, text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
Hey,
The game, it's WB Mason's Extra Innings with Tom Caron, Dave McCarty, Lou Maloney, and Heidi Watney live from Yorkie Way. They'll reveal their picks for the Red Sox unsung hero, plus the biggest surprise from the first half of the season. It's all coming up right after the game, live from Yorkie Way. Now, Sean Casey has had a little difficulty getting to second base. Now, last night he just missed a home run, and Markakis throws him out at second base. And this afternoon, a couple of close plays. One earlier today that maybe he could have been called out on. This one he is. And, of course, with 2 outs, that's when you try to stretch it to the double to try to get in a scoring position. But Payton with the throw, and Casey out again by quite a bit.
Two hits on the day for Casey. As we head now to the top half of the 8th inning, back on the mound for Boston is Manny Del Carmen. Luke Scott leading it off. Red Sox into the shift. And strike one to Scott. Scott walked in the 2nd inning, popped out in the 4th, grounded out to short in the 6th inning. See that shift on with Pedroia in short right. Manny Del Carmen came into the ballgame last inning with 2 outs and runners at 1st and 2nd. You had Melvin Moore to ground out to 3rd base, the only batter that he faced. Ball 1-1-2. Both pens are busy, and Scott takes ball 2. Jonathan Papelbon up for the Red Sox. Jim Johnson for the Orioles. Baltimore has used 3 pitchers so far today. Red Sox on their 3rd pitcher. And 6 shutout innings from Daisuke Matsuzaka, 2/3 of an inning from Okajima. And Del Carmen has gone a 3rd. Scott to deep right, sending J.D. Drew back onto the track to make the catch right in front of the 380 marker.
Oh, did Manny get away with one there? A hanging curveball that Luke Scott
takes to the warning track. This ball stays letter high, and Luke Scott, pretty good charge into it with J.D. Drew. Plenty of room in right field to make the catch.
"14 home runs in the first half for Luke Scott, making another bid. And he's the first out here of the 8th.
That's a home run in Baltimore, a long out at Fenway.
Jay Payton takes ball 1. Payton 1 for 3 today, a stolen base. And the strike to even the count at 1-1. Carmen has retired the 2 batters that he has faced since coming in from the pen. Ahead of Jay Payton, 1-2. Carmen has issued runs in only 3 of the last 19 games he's pitched in. And a string of 13 2/3 straight scoreless innings. They tried to hold up, did he? Yes, he did, according to Dana Jamuth, the first base umpire. 2-2.
Del Carmen trying to put Jay Payton away with the curveball. Good call by Jamuth at first base.
Payton fouls it off, and it's still 2-2. How about you? You kind of like Superman.
What happened to your sleeves?
Showing
one
off
of those tearaway jackets that you purchased.
Showing off my guns. I like the tie, though. Fly ball foul off to the right. Still 2-2. Moquiros on deck with 1 out. Here in the 8th. Those players will be headed all over after the ball game today, flying to different destinations. And this game right now at about 3:15 reminds you of that long game the Red Sox had played just before the All-Star break in Chicago a few years ago. That messed up a lot of people's plans for a long time, as you have to rearrange virtually everything that night, try to figure out how you're going to get out. If you don't get out that night, maybe the next day. You only have 3 days to work with. As this one's fouled off by Payton. Still 2-2. It was a 19-inning affair that lasted some 6 hours back on July 9th in 2006, as it was a blown save for Jonathan Papelbon in that game. Remember this guy?
Yeah, I do.
Who slept for most of the 19 innings, at least the innings 14 through 18. Swing and a miss. Payton strikes out, and there's 2 down in the inning. A good battle there by Payton, but finally Del Carmen gets it.
Yeah, with a great curveball. You know, he hung that curveball to Scott to start the inning off. He was fortunate to get the fly ball out. This is an excellent curveball. The off-balance swing by Payton. So 2 outs here in the 8th inning. A lot of pitches thrown to Jay Payton. 9 pitches in that at bat.
Nice gift on the way by. Here's Ramon Hernandez pinch hitting. And he sends one foul off to the right. Pinch hits for Guillermo Quiros. Hernandez started the first two games as the catcher for the Orioles. Quiros had been 0 for 3 today, striking out twice. Two outs, eighth inning. The head of Hernandez, 0-2 is Manny Del Carmen. Inside 2-2. Orioles hoping Hernandez can get on to give another pinch hitter a chance. Millar has grabbed the bat. He would bat for Freddie Bynum. But it's 2-2 to Ramon Hernandez.
I think Millar knows too, if he does hit in this inning or next inning, it's going to be against Jonathan Papelbon.
Hernandez very tardy on the swing. 97 on the fastball for Del Carmen. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 2-0 Boston.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morrill.
And all my games are live
And on demand.
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com. Experience the game like never before with MLB.com's Game Day. Real-time pitch type and in-game video highlights moments after they happen. Have those same highlights sent straight to your video-enabled phone with MLB.com's mobile team alert. And if you can't get to the game, watch every out-of-market game this season live with high-quality streaming video exclusively on MLB.tv. Only on MLB.com, where baseball is always on.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps you up to date and in the know in no time flat. Watch the Yahoo Sports Minute each day on Yahoo Sports.
Hey, this is Phil Hughes.
Hey, this is BJ Upton. And all my games are live on MLB.tv. Live and on demand on MLB.tv.
Red Sox on top. Time now for the Comcast Triple Play game summary as J.D. Drew with an RBI double back in the first inning to give the Red Sox their first run of the day. They've had good defense today, and Jacoby Ellsbury in the 5th inning able to make a catch on Freddie Bynum out in left center field. The diving grab for Ellsbury as the Red Sox also working out of a lot of jams today was Daisuke Matsuzaka, who had 6 shutout innings and get out of a bases loaded jam in the 5th inning. Pretty impressive for Daisuke, again getting out of several tough situations with 6 shutout innings, a chance to pick up his 10th win of the season. Ramon Hernandez stays in the game after pinch hitting for Quiros. And the new pitcher for the Orioles is Jim Johnson.
Second appearance of the series for Johnson, 39th total on the season. 28 strikeouts and 21 walks and 52 in the 3rd innings. Opponents hitting 184 off Johnson.
Voracek today has popped to short, walked, and struck out. As Papelbon gets ready for the 9th inning. See if they have Bynum lead off or not. They have Malloy ready to pinch hit for him in the 8th. 9-1-2 expected for the Orioles in the 9th inning. Red Sox will be looking to tack on a run or two here on top 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th.
A very nice job done today by Manny Del Carmen getting out of the 7th inning. And then a couple of strikeouts in a 1-2-3 8th inning.
He retired all 4 batters he faced. Voracek with a swing and a miss strikes out for the 2nd time today. So 1 down. Alex Cora coming up. A single, a sacrifice bunt, and a walk. He's been on base twice today. Next time the Red Sox will play will be on Friday night in Los Angeles in a 3-game series against the Angels. Clay Buchholz, Josh Beckett, and Tim Wakefield will pitch the first 3 games of the unofficial second half of the season. Clay Buchholz in the first game of the series will be matched up against John Lackey. The Angels have not yet announced their starters beyond the first game. To shortstop, Bynum on the high hop, and there's 2 down.
I'll get a matchup out west against the division leading Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
First and only visit for the Red Sox out west to the Angels. Happy to share that with Jacoby. As the pitch is the ball to Ellsbury here, who's 1-0. Broken back grounder, Matt Roberts. And it's a 1-2-3 8th. We head to the 9th inning, 2-0 Boston. Papelbon and beyond.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Hey, this is Curtis Grant.
Hey, this is Adam Dunn. Check out the shop on MLB.com.
Check out the shop on MLB.com
For all your Dodger gear.
For all your Red Sox gear.
All your Yankees gear.
All your Blue Jay gear.
Your Cincinnati Reds gear.
For all your Twins gear.
Visit the official online shop of Major League Baseball at MLB.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the MLB.com shop today.
Hey, this is BJ Ron.
Hey, this is Justin Morrill.
And all my games are live
And on demand
on MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
I'm Ashley Russell. Join me each day for a daily dose of top sports news. With scores, polls, and the latest highlights, the Yahoo Sports Minute keeps...
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, New England Chrysler dealers, Kia, S. The New England Dodge Dealers. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Subaru Outback, and by Southwest Airlines. Beautiful shots of Vermont on this Vermont day. We head to the top of the ninth inning, 2-0. Red Sox on top. Jonathan Papelbon on.
27 saves and 31 opportunities for Papelbon. His last save coming against Minnesota on the 8th. Pitched an inning, had a strikeout, allowing 1 hit in that ball game.
Millar pinch hitting for Freddie Bynum, who had been 0 for 3 from the number 9 spot. Millar, Roberts, and Adam Jones expected anybody gets on. Nick Markakis will have a chance. Jonathan Papelbon has worked 17 2/3 scoreless innings in 19 career appearances against the Baltimore Orioles. He has a career best 14 saves against the Orioles. Millar fouls it off. 97 on the fastball. 7 2/3 scoreless innings in 7 games here at Fenway Park for Papelbon against the Orioles. A 1-0 record and 5 saves against Baltimore here at Fenway Park. Millar started the first 2 games of the series. Today off until now. Fouled off, and it's 0-2. Orioles leaving 11 men on base. And 1, 2, 3 in the 8th, thanks to Manny Del Carmen. Millar to shallow center, late break for Ellsbury. Out goes Cora to make the catch into center field. Nice play by Cora.
Well, we've seen a couple of nice plays by infielders on pop-ups. Remember, early in the ballgame, Kevin Youkilis going out in the left field to make a catch, and now Cora. Center field looks like it might drop in the twilight zone, but no. Alex is there to cover it up.
It kind of froze Ellsbury right out of the gate. He didn't move right away, did not get a real good read initially. But fortunately, Alex Cora going way out there to make the grab. One down as Brian Roberts stands in. Strike 1 to the Orioles' second baseman. 0 for 5 in his career against Papelbon. He has walked 3 times. Papelbon in a sequence a week ago where he had pitched in 3 consecutive days, July 7th through the 9th. First time he had done that since September of last year. He's got saves in 8 of his last 10 appearances. And tied for 3rd in the American League with 27 saves in 31 opportunities, converting 17 of the last 19. Fouled off, and it's 1-2. Six times he's gone beyond an inning this season, going 1 1/3 on 6 occasions. Last year did it only 4 times in 59 outings. The Red Sox very protective of him last year. After the way 2006 ended for him on September the 1st. One and 2 the count to Brian Roberts. Fouls it off, stays alive. 98. It's the highest it's been on the gun today. And Jones on deck. Anybody gets on, Nick Markakis. 1 out, 9th inning. Hoping he'll get a chance. On the ground and through into left field. A base hit for Brian Roberts. Pretty good at bat. And the Orioles will bring the tying run to the plate with 1 out in the 9th.
A 2-hit day for Roberts. Also a walk thrown in. So 2 for 4 on the afternoon. Good battle against Papelbon. Gets the fastball away. Hits it the other way on the ground.
So the Orioles with a 1-out base runner in the 9th. Adam Jones, the batter. He struck out back in the first, single to center, was hit by a pitch and then walked. He's been on base 3 times today. It's not a hit against Papelbon coming in. The Rays have lost today 5-2. It's a final from Cleveland. So the win today by the Red Sox, Boston would have the top spot in the American League East. For the first time in 15 days. And the Red Sox got ready to head out on that last road trip when they slipped out of first. And of course swept by the Rays as part of that trip. The center field and a base hit for Adam Jones. Tying runs are now on base with 1 out in the 9th.
Well, the Orioles do get the man to the plate that they want in Markakis. 3 walks for Markakis this afternoon and a fly out. Not good success though against Jonathan Papelbon.
Papelbon has never blown a save against the Orioles. 14 for 14 in his career. Orioles are getting their closer ready to go in case, as George Sherrill warming up with 1 out here in the 9th inning. Brian Roberts is single to left. Adam Jones to center. 2 on, 1 down. And Nick Markakis the batter.
It's been a long, grueling 2-0 ball game here at Fenway Park this afternoon.
Markakis has walked 3 times today after flying out to center field. Amazingly, the Red Sox allowing 7 walks today. None have scored so far. As this one fouled off back to the backstop. The hits by Brian Roberts and Adam Jones, the first of their respective careers against the Red Sox closer, Jonathan Papelbon. Markakis pops it up foul, backing out of play, and it's 0-2.
Papelbon quickly getting ahead with his best pitch, his fastball.
Aubrey Huff on deck. Well, the 0-2 pitch to Markakis. The elevate doesn't chase. 1-2. We got Millar to pop out. The single by Roberts, the single by Jones. 2 on, 1 out. Ahead of Markakis, 1-2. Dancing at second base by Roberts. Papelbon steps off. Papelbon ready with the 1-2 pitch. All 2-2-2. Ball 3, and it's a full count.
Tries to split at that time. Markakis does not bite. So this has not been easy for Papelbon, working against now two of the best hitters on this roster.
Daisuke Matsuzaka hoping to pick up his 10th win of the year, coming in at 9-1. 6 shutout innings from Daisuke today. Red Sox hoping to get back into first place today. They have a 2-0 advantage. Orioles are making noise here in the 9th. The 3-2 to Markakis. The swing and a miss. Papelbon strikes him out. 98 on the fastball, and there's 2 down.
Well, a couple of times today they've been chasing pitches that have not been strikes. And this ball up and away from Markakis. Chases it on the 3-2 count, and Papelbon picks up the big strikeout. We saw that earlier in the game when Aubrey Huff chased a high fastball and struck out.
There is Aubrey Huff with 2 outs. Not a hit against Papelbon. 0 for 4 with a K in his career. A walk and a single today, and then struck out twice. Look out as Huff ducks back out of the way.
Not a lot of reaction time on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
The 1-0 to Huff. Roberts takes off for third as Huff fouls it off.
Well, Roberts takes off for third, but the runner at first base, Jones, doesn't go, and the whole idea is to try to get 2 men in scoring position. Roberts obviously running on his own, but as the trail runner, you've got to watch that because you want to be in scoring position.
Roberts at second base, Jones at first base, 2 down. Ball and a strike to Aubrey Huff. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. The Orioles down to their last strike.
Good split right there from Jonathan Papelbon. Markakis would not chase the split in the previous at bat. That time Aubrey Huff does.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, 9th inning. Papelbon trying to make it 15 out of 15 in his career against the Orioles in saves. Papelbon ready with the 1-2 pitch. Up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Brian Roberts being waved around. He will score The Orioles get their first run of the game, and now the potential tying run is just 90 feet away.
All 3 hits against Papelbon in this inning coming on his fastball, his best pitch. That ball at the top of the strike zone led a high, but Aubrey Huff gets on top of it, shoots it up the middle, and it's a 1-run ball game.
Well, of course, a blown save the day before the All-Star break back in 2006 for Jonathan Papelbon. Jermaine died with a home run that tied the game in the 9th inning. That game would go some 6 hours in, 19 innings long. And, of course, the walk-off win for the White Sox in the 19th inning. Right now, it is Adam Jones at third base, Aubrey Huff at first base, 2 down, 9th inning. And Melvin Moore, the batter, 0 for 4 in the game today, 1 for 6 in his career against Papelbon. And Mora takes ball 1. Orioles with base runners all day finally get a run in here in the 9th, and now can tie it with a base hit. Towards second base and caught by Pedroia in the air. The Red Sox win it. They're back in first place. What a way to end the first half and head of the break as they beat the Orioles, taking 2 out of 3 in the series and regain their spot atop the American League East with a victory today against another American League East foe in the Baltimore Orioles. 10th win of the year for Daisuke Matsuzaka. Sure, and I'll be right back as Tom Karen will be coming up with a preview of what's coming up on WB Mason's Extra Innings. TC?